Now, you emphasize here in the 21-day process, particularly the relationship with mother and father.
Yes.
I know many people, I could perhaps even say most of the people who I know where I grew up have not good relationship with the mother or the father. It's actually a rare thing in my culture to have really good relationship with either of your parents. So why is this so important? Could you explain? Many people, they've solved the problem by cutting the relationship, and they think that's the solution.
Yes.
But why is it so important to set right relationship, particularly with mother and father? Could you speak about each one?
Yes. It's as though that that is the foundation for all relationships. Now, let's say you had a bad relationship with your father. It's likely to affect your relationship with your boss, or sometimes with your co-workers, or even with your spouse. So it's as though it is the basic relationship which affects all other relationships. So that is why we have found that once we have set this right, every other relationship seems to fall into order. So you come and complain to me about a problem with your boss or your spouse or some other friend of yours. I avoid all those things, but I go straight to the father and the mother, and this naturally becomes all right. So you just work on these two, and everything is over.
Does the relationship with the mother affect us in one way and with the father affect us in another way?
Yes. In effect, what we have found is, if the relationship with the father is not so good, it generally manifests as financial problems and great difficulties with the material world. And with the mother, you seem to encounter needless problems, things get delayed, and relationships break down. So it manifests very differently. That's why we focus both on the mother and the father.
So for really good success on Wall Street, people should attend to their relationship with father. Okay.
When Indian businessmen come to us and say, our businesses are not doing well, we basically look at the father's relationship for the financials to turn around. And if the business is not progressing well, we look at the relationship with the mother. And 3 or 4 months later, the picture has changed. So we have probably thousands of examples to show it's really working, even for big companies.
Yeah. But what about if your mother or father is already dead? Then what can you do?
It doesn't matter at all. You still start relating to the dead parent. So it's not important the person should be alive or dead. You just get those memories back and you work on that.
So you can clear the relationship within yourself,
within
actually.
yourself, yes.
I see.
But in India, of course, we do make them meet their dead parents also. It's more like meeting them physically. But we have not done that with the Westerners so far. But with the Indians, we have done that. Because in India, they believe in past lives and rebirth, and that you have other lokas where you can meet them, you know. So they're very comfortable with meeting their dead parents. We have no clear idea how a Westerner would feel talking to his dead parents.
Another topic we'll talk about later is the ultimate possibility of this, because many people now in Europe or America, they experience benefit in their lives, but I know that Diksha is also pointing towards an ultimate flowering.
Yes.
Could we say just briefly now, give a little taste of this topic, and then we'll return to it at a later talk?
So we believe that ultimately the Diksha would lead to what we call oneness. That is, you would lose the sense of separation, and that people would feel like as though they all belong to the same family. So we believe the world would become one global family. We see that as the ultimate happening.